How are you all on this lovely Sunday morning? Some of you are looking very excited. Okay, just click on got it. And I hope like you clicked on got it at the end of the system today, you would have said got it. Right? That's what you're here for, right? To get what you are looking for. And today is the day. I promise you that. I'm very, very excited by what we have, today. And I hope all of you, you've been attending the Sunday system now. Especially the last 8-10 weeks, you find a difference in yourself after being part of these lovely Sunday systems, and not just come here, get a lot of energy and just go out and have a good Sunday morning. But I hope everybody is putting it to action. There is a new year that is on us. We are already into the second month of the new year. Guys, do you realize we're already into the second month of the new year? So I hope everybody is taking what you're getting from here and putting it to great use and moving forward in your respective journey. Okay, so before we move on and before I bring on the the speaker for today, few things that need to happen. Okay, sorry, I promised you guys last time and I missed it. Next Sunday before we start, I will make sure I play that video for you on how to switch on video in Zoom. In service, please note we have to make that video, and next time we will show everybody, because I think there's still people finding it a challenge on switching on videos in Zoom. Still challenging? Guys, still challenging? No? Some of you don't find it a challenge, some of you still find it a challenge. Yeah, I can see all the names, and I can see all the people who are off video. But again, like last time also I said, it's for yourself. Okay, it's your commitment to yourself, to your business, to your dreams, where you say, I'm going to give my 100% for the next 1.5 hours, and that's it. That's a simple commitment that you make. Okay, even if that is also not possible, well, okay. So guys, switch on your videos for yourself. Be here 100% for the next 1.5 hours or so, because the next 1.5 hours are going to can be life changing if you are here. Okay, and for you to be here 100%, one of the most important things is that you be here with an open mind. Okay, because our minds work best when they are open. So let's do a little ritual which we do to empty our minds, empty our cups. Those of you who are new and don't understand what's happening, just follow what's happening on screen and then talk to your upline and they'll explain to you what happened. Okay guys, ready? Just take a deep breath, close your eyes, take another deep breath, hold your virtual cup in your left hand and start putting everything that's in your mind into your virtual cup. All the good things that happened in the last 1 week, last 1 month, last 1 year, all the good things that happened in the morning, all the not so good things, the checks that you made, the checks you didn't make, people who turned up for system, people who did not, month-end pressure, everything. Just put everything into this cup till you start feeling lighter and the cup starts feeling heavier, and you feel the cup is filled and your minds are empty. Just turn over the cup, let Mother Earth take everything in. Take a deep breath, open your eyes, and you're ready. Alright, ready? Okay, fantastic. So today we have something very interesting again. Okay, a couple of weeks back we started something which is going to become fairly, we realized something very, very powerful. Okay, where you saw somebody, from the V at a vcon. Okay, and a lot of you came back, and said that a lot of you have actually never been to a physical vcon, right? How many of you have not been to a physical vcon ever? Okay, and saw probably a vcon, how it happens and the energy for the first time, right? So a lot of you came back and told your uplines that it was something very powerful, and obviously it's vcon. That's where the magic happens, and we're just about 2 months away from another vcon, and so we thought in that spirit we will continue. And the good thing is today we live in a digital world, so even if you've not been to the vcon, it doesn't necessarily mean you missed it, although of course you missed. In the V. Okay, somebody who's changed thousands and thousands and thousands of lives. This is a person who has built networks across the world. Okay, across the world. You name a country, and he's himself gone and built networks there, and built teams there, and built success stories there. Okay, he's somebody who's traveled the world. Continues to do that. Okay, even today, and continues to build on the ground. He's somebody who's also like a mentor, to not just people, but to teams. Okay, so he's like a mentor to our team Infiniti. Okay, and he's somebody who's been always there for us, always, and continues to be there for us. And he's part of that famous trio of brothers. Okay, whom we all love so much. Okay. Okay, some of you are already getting it. Empty your cup. Okay, and just listening to him is a pleasure. And the one thing, when I heard him for the first time, when I first time heard him at a vcon, the one thing that really stuck with me was the fact that he will say things that are extremely simple, okay, but things that will touch you at a very deep level, if you allow him to. So guys, allow him to come today and touch you, okay, because he's somebody who can do that. Somebody who's as I said, changed many lives, but a life can only be changed if you allow it to be changed, right? So get ready for one of the earliest V partners ever. Okay, so guys, before I bring him on, I'll show you a little video about him, and we go back a little bit into history, and then we get him on for us. Ready? Okay.
I am Sati Senatiraja. At a young age, I stopped dreaming because I had no money, but all the time I was hungry and angry. Then I found network marketing. And I knew I could start dreaming again. It was difficult in the beginning, but I just kept going towards my goals. Then it all started happening. If I can do it, you can do it.
So guys, today we have none other than V partner Sathi Senathi Raja coming and talking to us, okay, on something that is, his speciality. So guys, get ready, show some energy, and help me welcome none other than V partner Sathi Senathi Raja right into our screens and homes.
Now, as you already know, my name is Sati Senathi Raja. And Okay. Baba, you're wasting time. Thank you. So, I was born in Malaysia. As you know, I have two brothers, VP Kuna and Chief. And it was very difficult for me because I was in the middle. So VP Kuna was the golden child. He was perfect. Chief was the baby. So he was pampered all the time. I was the confused one. Whenever something goes wrong, guess who is to be blamed? Sati. Anything happens, Sati's fault. Okay? Now, before I continue, when I share a story with you, my story, if it relates to you, just put your hands up one time. Can you do that? Okay? I've been with QNET now for 21 years. And this morning before I came, I brushed my teeth. Many of you did not brush your teeth. You're supposed to raise your hand if you connects with you. Okay, so that's how it goes. Okay, whenever I say something, you raise your hand. But it was a fun childhood. Me and Chief were partners in crime against VP Kuna. He was the good son, me and Padman were the naughty ones. Okay, but we grew up. Our mother brought us up full with love. So we grew up, and then I went to study, but I did not study. Oh, many hands. So VP Kuna went to university, got a degree. Chief got a degree. I did not get a degree. So everyone said, okay, he's the hopeless one in the family. A lot of hands go up, so all of you are the hopeless ones also. But don't worry, you have hope. I'm standing here today, no? So somehow I got a job and I started working as an engineer. Don't who, engineers are hopeless. You know? When you don't know anything, you don't have any qualifications, you become an engineer. And he was not an engineer, you need a degree to become an engineer. I was like a technician come engineer, something like that, okay? But I tell people I'm an engineer. Sounds better than a technician. Okay? Easier to get girls. And my salary that time was $500 a month. $500 a month. I was working Monday to Friday, Saturday and Sunday, party. That I was living the good life. Why? I don't understand why you love me. Find a girl, Baba. So, $500 a month, Monday to Friday work, Saturday, Sunday party. That was my life. And I was extremely happy with it. Okay, I did not want a Ferrari, I did not want to fly around the world. This was what I was happy with. So one day Chief came back and he said, I found the answer. We are going to be rich. I found a business that we all can do and we are going to be filthy rich. So I said, okay, what business? He took out a piece of paper, he drew a circle. This is you. You find one on the left and one on the right. That's all. I said, oh, the chain business. And I was not interested because I was happy living the life. I said, I'm not interested. He said, okay, I'm going to do it. Then I thought for a while, what if it works? Then he'll be rich and I will not be. So I did not want that to happen. So I said, okay, I'll join. But I was not interested in the business. I just joined because he joined. So I joined and then I said, what should I do now? He said, go and talk to people and get them to join the business also. Now I was thinking, since I'm going to do this business, I want to do it with all my close friends. So it will be fun. So I approached all my good friends and everybody said no. They all laughed at me. They said, don't be stupid. This kind of business don't work. I know this auntie who joined, that uncle who joined, my friend who joined, and everybody lost their money. This will never work. So I said, okay. So I went back to chief. I said, I can't find anybody. What to do now? He said, keep finding. I said, ayo. I had a good life. Now I'm screwed. So I started finding other friends. Now I had a very close friend. I still have a very close friend, AVP Giri. And he was my weekend partner in crime. So I thought, hey, let's convince him to do the business. So I went and met Giri. I said, Giri, I got a fantastic business. Let's do it together. He said, okay, let's do it. I showed him the plan. He said, okay, I'm in. He came in, he signed up. Then the following day I said, Giri, there's a training. Let's go for the training. He said, hey, listen. I've already arranged a date with 2 girls. They want to go dancing. Let's go. Training we go next week. So chief came to me and said, hey, why are you not ready? Let's go for the training. I said, no, I have some plans to do. I can't come for the training. Some hands went up also. I can't come for the training, I have plans to do. So me and Giri went out partying, dancing with the girls, had a good time and came back. Then chief asked, so how was the plans? No, they were not interested. And chief said, it's okay, keep trying. I said, okay, fantastic. So I called Giri, tomorrow night, call the girls again. Let's go dancing again. Then I told chief, I call him Padman. Padman, I got plans tonight again. Wish me luck. Went out dancing, partying, came back. How was the plans? Still not interested. So that went on for some time. Then Padman got suspicious, I think. He said, how come you going out every night to show the plan, but not even one sign up? So he said, I'll tell you what, tonight I'll come with you. So I called Giri. Giri, cancel. We can't go dancing tonight. Find somebody that we can show the plan to. Padman is coming. He said, okay. So me and Padman went. Giri introduced some of his friends. And Padman showed the plan. And 3 of them signed up. So I thought, hey, this business is quite easy. All I have to do is arrange people and get Padman to show the plan. And I become rich. So I started arranging calling people. Giri started calling people, and Batman used to come, show the plan, show the plan. People used to sign up, sign up, sign up, sign up, sign up. And then I thought, I'm going to be rich. Then I asked him, Batman, at least 30 people signed up. Where's my money? He said, there's no money. I said, why? Because everything is on one side. The other side, nothing. I said, why you never told me this? Then I said, don't worry, I have a solution. I have 30 people on the left. Take 15 and put on the right. He said, cannot. I said, why? It's all under me. Whether left or right, I decide. No, it doesn't work that way. I said, okay. So went on like that. One side was growing, the other side was not growing at all. Okay? Then Giri called me and said, hey, I have one friend in Singapore. Let's go and meet him. I said, bloody hell, in KL you can't find people, you want me to go to Singapore. So I said, okay, we drove to Singapore and we went to a house of a big director. His name was Dave Joel. The director of a big hospital. So he sat down there. He said, Bolo. I said, this is you. Find one on the left, one on the right. Then I explained the plan. He said, looks interesting. Can I buy more than one? I don't know. Because I never went for training. I didn't know how the plan worked. I only know find people on the left, find people on the right, and you make money. So he said, can you buy more than 3? Can you buy more than 1? I said, hold on. I called Parliament. Hey, can somebody buy more than 1? Can? I said, of course. He said, okay. Tomorrow morning, come here at 8 o'clock. I have 15 of my friends. So I came, I did the presentation, and 15 of them joined. All with 3,000 BVs. So now I have how many? 45,000. So I went, 45,000 BVs. Where's my money? He said, no money. The other side is still 0. I said, what kind of stupid business is this? As long as I find people, I should get paid, correct or not? Because when somebody buys a product, company makes money, yes? Yes or no? Then I should make. He said, no, you got to balance, find the other side. I said, okay. So then I went and started talking to my family, my cousins. I met all my cousins. I said, listen, I'm going to do a business. Let's do it as a family, like a family project. Okay? And 8 of them said, okay. They joined. They gave the money, they all joined, and I made my first check. At that time was $400 US. I said, wow, this is almost as much as my monthly salary. Then after my cousins joined, they stopped the business. They never did anything after that. Then I realized they just joined because we are family. They wanted to make me happy. So that went on. Then slowly I told Giri, let's put our partying on hold for a while. Why not we seriously try this business and let's make some money. So we stopped going out partying and we started seriously building the business. Okay? And I started making more money. At one point I was making about $4,000 a week. And when you make $4,000 a week, what do? You quit your job. So I went to my boss, I said, boss, I am quitting my job. He said, why? I said, this is you. And he joined. My boss became my downline. So then, the business started growing. We were making money, 5,000, 6,000, and then I told Giri, I think it's time to party again. Started partying again. Because when you are 20 plus and you make $5,000 a week, what are you? What are you when you are 20 plus and you make $5,000 a week? Huh? You are king. You can do anything you want. Yeah, so we went crazy partying, but the business was still growing. We did a little bit of training, partying, showing the plan, training, partying, showing the plan, then partying, showing the plan, then partying. Training and showing the plan stopped. But the business was growing. So I thought, I'm set for life. Okay? Then the business started slowing down. From 5,000, it went to 2,000. And then 1,000. Then I asked Batman, why is my checks going down? Is it because you're not attending trainings, you stop working the business, you're just enjoying? So I said, what do I need to do now? He said, stop enjoying and focus on the business. I said, okay. I said, Giri, let's focus on the business again. Okay? That was the easy part in the beginning. Then after some time, the difficult part came. Then I became very religious. How many of you are very religious? How many of you became religious after the business? Okay. I became religious because before calling the prospect, I used to pray. Before showing the plan, I used to pray. And then there were plans that I had to drive the car 4 hours to show a plan. So sat in the car, drove for 4 hours, and the guy was not there. Has that happened to you before? If that hasn't happened to you, don't worry, it will. Okay? So when the prospect not there, came back. Now, we also had, at that time, the only way to sign up was to make a bank draft and send to Hong Kong by post. Okay? So you send the draft to Hong Kong, what must you do? Pray that the draft doesn't get lost. So pray that the draft doesn't get lost, and then after 1 week, you get your tracking center number. Now, products also we had to pray, because when you purchase the product, it comes 6 months later. Okay? And it was in an envelope with a gold coin inside. When you receive the envelope, you got to pray that the gold coin is inside. When you open the envelope, you see, the gold coin is there. So I became very religious after that. Then I used to spend a lot of time with Dato Shri. Okay? I also started to watch Kung Fu movies. Then that's how it started going and going and going and building the business. Then one day, I woke up with a phone call. I woke up, somebody called me and said, did you read today's newspaper? Open the newspaper on the headlines. Hong Kong-based company cheated thousands of Malaysians on the headlines. What happened? Panic. The phone never stopped ringing. There were 4 types of people that called me that day. The first type, people said, "You signed me up in a scam, I want my money back." Anybody? The second type of people who laughed at me, "I told you so." Third type of people are the good people. Are you okay? Is everything okay? Don't worry about what came out in the newspaper. Things will be okay. And the fourth kind of people, what do we do now? These 4 people called you or no? Yes? Okay. So what to do? Went to Dato Shri's house. Because Chief was also a little bit confused on what to do. So we went to our grand upline, Dato Shri. Went there, "Dato, this is what came out in the papers. What do we do?" He said, "Nothing. Continue building the business." I said, "But how? How to build the business with a headline like this, and every 30 minutes there's something coming out in the TV saying that this company is a scam. How to build the business?" Then he said, "Okay, quit the business." I said, "Huh?" He said, "Quit the business." I said, "No, I don't want to quit. I cannot quit. I want to build." Then build. But how to build? Then quit. So I was confused. I said, "What kind of upline is this? You're supposed to tell me what to do, how to solve my problem." So I said, "Dato, please try to understand. I have a network and they are panicking. I have to give them answers. The government of Malaysia is saying that QNET is a scam. How do I answer them?" He said, "No need to answer them. Ask them to quit." And I was thinking, my God. Then I asked Padman what to do. He said, "Quit." So he was, "Okay, I'm going to build this. I don't care what people say, I'm going to build this." So I was very confused. I did not know what to do. Because it's very difficult to build in a situation like that. Every plan you show, people take out the newspaper. "Hey, you're trying to cheat me, is it?" So cannot. So again I went to Dato. "Dato, please give me a solution. What should I do now?" He said, "Quit." I said, "I don't want to quit." "Then go and build." "But how? Build like how you've been building." "But cannot, there's so much negativity in the news." "Then quit." I did not know what to do, so I went home, I sat down. Sit down. And I was thinking, should I quit? Should I build? How to build? I cannot quit. I have downlines who depend on me. But I cannot build because there's so much of challenges, so many problems. Really confused, don't know what to do. So I went and asked my mother, "Ma, what do you think I should do?" She said, "Quit." I said, "Why is everybody asking me to quit?" Then I went to meet Dato again. "Dato, honestly tell me seriously, I'm asking you from heart to heart, what should I do?" He said, "I'm telling you heart to heart, quit." He said, "Sati, obviously you don't deserve this. You are not meant to become a networker. You should go back to your engineering and be happy there. Because a small challenge like this and you're shaken up, and I promise you there will be bigger challenges coming. So you better quit now, because I don't want to have this conversation every 3 years or every 5 years with you. So I said, "Okay, Dato, tell me what to do. I'm going to build." He said, "Okay, I have already told Patman what to do. Follow him." So I said, "Okay." And it's very difficult because he's my younger brother, no? So I said, "Okay, Patman, tell me what to do." He said, "Follow me. I will show you the way." And this is what he did. Can you play the first video? So that's Patman leading me. So Patman also was not sure. He was thinking, can I do this or not? Oh, maybe not. But he had no choice because he was leading me. All my hopes and dreams were on him. So he was thinking, I must do this. I have to lead by example. I am his upline. Okay, let's do it. Come on. Let's do it. Come on, let's go. Okay. Across. Okay. And then he started leading me, teaching me the business, what to do, how to build the business. And slowly we started building back the business again. And then after 2 weeks, one more newspaper article came. Now even Padman was stuck. Don't know what to do. And people were watching. People were watching, what are these two brothers going to do? So Padman was thinking, oh my God, what to do? Let's go for it. And he went. Then he said, come on, let's go. I said, no. No. Cannot. This is too difficult. He said, come. I said, no. He kept pulling me. He said, come on, let's do it. We can do it. I said, no, go to hell. I don't want. He said, come. You can do it. Just made it. And then we started building the business together. So because you need to find an upline like that. And you're lucky to have Sachin and Kavita as your uplines, because they are this kind of uplines. Then slowly I did the same with Giri, with partner Dave. And slowly we started building the business again. Okay? Then I sat down and I went to Dato. Dato, I'm ready to build now. He only told me one thing. He asked me one question. Sati, whose life is this? I said, it's my life. Then go and do it. Why do you sit down and complain and cry about anything, everything? One small challenge, You come to me and you cry. Why? Whose life is this? It's my life. I said, go and build. So I decided that from that day, I'm going to build. But not many people believed in me. Okay? But I have decided. I'm going to take charge. This is my life and I'm going to build. Okay? So I started alone. And this is how I started. The next video. I started alone and everybody was watching me. This crazy fellow. How is he going to build the business? So many challenges and nobody was following me. I was all alone. I tried my best, showed the plan, talked to people, convinced them. I got one person. He joined me. He believed in me. Both of us were building, trying to convince others to come. It was difficult. Only both of us were going, showing the plan, attending training, convincing people, talking to people. Nobody followed us. But we never stopped. We kept going. I used to tell him, you can do it. He used to tell me, you can do it. And then one more person joined me. Yeah, let's do it. I believe in you. And we were crazy. We didn't care what people thought, what people said, because we decided this is our life, we are going to do it. And we kept on going in the midst of everything. And then 2 more people joined, 3 more people joined, and then slowly the network started growing and more people started joining. And then it started growing and growing and growing. And then people realized, hey, I want this also, come on, let's do it. And then the network started growing bigger. People from all over started to join. And soon the network grew and grew and grew and grew. But it all started with one crazy person who decided that I'm going to make it happen. And soon this turned into a vcon. So you alone can make this happen. But you have to decide that this is your life and nothing and nobody is going to stop you. Okay. Now, how many of you are in the similar situation that I was in? You are thinking what to do. How are you going to continue? Okay? How many of you want to decide tonight that this is your life? Okay? It's not going to be easy. I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay? Firstly, how many of you are frustrated with what's going on? What's going on in your markets? Okay? How many of you are angry with the people who are causing the challenges? Okay. What are you going to tell them? Come in. What are you going to tell these people if you ever see them? Just tell about them. So this is what Dato did to me. He said, Sati, come here. Are you angry with all these people causing so many problems to your business? What are you going to tell them? What are you going to tell them if you see them? What are you going to tell them if you meet them? If you meet them one day, what are you going to tell them? You're wrong. Sorry, you're wrong. Like that. How? Keep talking. No, but this is a money scam. No, chit fund. No, it's a pyramid. Are you sure? Then tell, why? I can't hear you. Can you hear him? Is this how you're going to tell? Yeah, it's not a chit fund, it's not a pyramid. You're wrong. Is that how you're going to tell them? How are you going to tell them? How? Why don't you quit the business? Why don't you do? Okay, and these people are causing your dreams problems. What are you going to tell them? What are you going to tell them? I can't hear you.
I don't care.
I don't hear.
I don't care. I don't care.
No, see, inside here, there's a lot of frustration, correct? You raise your hand just now that you're frustrated, correct? I want you to take out all the frustration. What are you going to do? How are you going to say it?
I fucking don't care about them. I fucking don't care about them.
Then?
I want to live my life. I go to hell. Whatever you want to do, do. But
But-
I'm going to build this business.
No. But this business is a scam, it's cheating thousands of people.
I don't care.
It's cheating people, it's a chit fund money scheme, pyramid scheme.
I don't care.
It's still inside. There's still frustration, so you gotta let it all out. Everything. Okay, come. We see one video together, after that we try again. Okay, play the next video. Maybe some people you recognize here. Everything clear now? Huh? Nothing's going to stop you anymore? You going to do it? Who else is frustrated? Who is frustrated? What are you going to tell all these people? This is stopping you, right? What are you going to tell them? What? Tell. I hear you. I hear you. But it's stopping you. But you're frustrated, you're calling your upline and crying every day. Yes or no?
Don't care about this. Don't care about this.
What? I can't hear you. What's that?
Don't care.
I'm not convinced. Convince me. They are not convinced. Are you convinced? Convince them. I don't care. I want each one of you to stand up. And while standing up, what are you going to tell them? What are you going to tell them? Whose life is this? Tell them what is inside of you. Tell them now. What is inside of you? Is somebody going to stop you? Take what's inside, let it come out. What about you? Everybody now together, tell everything, let everything out. Whatever you want to say, whatever anger you have inside of you, just let it out. This is your life. Repeat after me. It's my life. It's my life. It's my life. Just remember, the next time when you face a challenge, just remember what Dato told me. What did he tell me? Quit. So from today, I want you to make a promise to me. Stop complaining. Go out there and do something about it. QNET is going to be with us all the way. They are not going to let us down. We are not going to let you down. So no matter how big or hard the challenge is, I want you to raise up, stand up and say, it's my life. Let's do this together. Are you ready? It's my life. Repeat after me. It's my life. It's my life. Welcome to vcon. I will be here. Whenever you need me, I will be there to hold your hand. The V partners will be here to hold your hand. Dato Shri here is to here to hold your hand. But all you have to say is, it's my